Hello, I'm Hayley Leggs. I'm here with Frank Carter of Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes at Hellfest 2017. Are you looking forward to your show?
I can't wait. Yeah.
You weren't going to be like, nah. Not really.
I mean, this is the reason we're here, is to play, and I've heard a lot of great things about this festival, so I'm kind of itching to just get on stage now.
It's an amazing festival. First time here, isn't it?
Yeah,
So it's kind of overwhelming, isn't it, when you compare it to a lot of the English festivals?
Yeah, it can be a bit, but like I've been playing music at festivals for 10 years, so like it's all kind of the same for me now. It's just you just take it in your stride and you find out where the food is quickly, and then the rest of the day is easy.
The food here is great, by the way. So you've been playing because you used to be in Gallows, didn't you?
Yeah.
So how does playing in the Rattlesnakes compare to the Gallows?
I mean, comparatively, like I'm a lot older, I'm a bit wiser. I'm a little less insecure. I've got a bit more confidence now, and I feel like I've grown into myself much better than I did back then. I was terribly insecure at 21, you know, and I didn't really, and that came out in a lot of negative ways. I was quite nihilistic and quite an obnoxious little prick. And now I just want to focus on playing the music the best I can and giving people like a real performance, you know. We're ultimately, even though we're playing aggressive music, we're entertainers, and you've got to kind of remember that. So
that's a really good way of thinking of it. Yeah, it must be a lot to deal with when you're quite young to be suddenly thrust into that. So do you think that was maybe an issue of why it didn't work out with Gallows?
Yeah, potentially. Like I think ultimately what happened was we hit a wall where we just didn't agree on the direction going forwards, and you know, they carried on and they made some great records with Wade, and they're still a good band. So there's no hard feelings. It just literally wasn't what I wanted to do, and ultimately this is. So.
Yeah, this is your project, so you got your name right on there, so no one can disagree with you about what kind of music you play, right? So this
one man can. Like the band really, although it has my name on it, it belongs to me and Dean Richardson. Like he's the guitarist, and when he joined, it was really important for me to like show him how much faith I had in him. So the band is 50-50 behind the scenes. It's us entirely. So he's the only man that can kind of stop me when I get too wild, but luckily for me, he's wilder than I am. So.
You kind of need someone to ground you sometimes, don't you? Does he not ever get pissed off?
That's what
so
she does.
So you've got two of those. You're sorted. Yeah. Does he not ever get pissed off that his name isn't in the name of the band?
I don't think so. I mean, ultimately, like, I had a bit more of a legacy than he did. You know, he played in a band called Heights, and they did great stuff. They toured the world, but I think he you know, when I asked him, that was one of the points for me to like start this project with him, and he kind of agreed. Like he said, you've been in two bands before and they've always been good, but you've always been the driving force. Let's go and make sure that everybody knows you're the artist. And
it definitely helps get the people going and seeing the band if they know instantly that's who it is. Am I right in thinking you're a tattoo artist?
I am, yes.
Oh, you are. So you're doing weekends, you're doing festivals, and back in the week you go and do that? Pretty
much, yeah. I mean, I try and tattoo as little as possible when we're in touring mode. And saying that, when we do a big tour, I try and actually tattoo when I'm on the tour. Because that way, it means I get more time with my family when I'm home. You know, I can double down and I have to work as much. So at the minute, I'm trying just to be a good husband and a dad, and a musician and a tattooer when it fits in. You know?
All the roles, all in one.
Yeah.
So I saw some footage of a pretty fucking awesome circle pit you guys did at Greenfield. So you're hoping to replicate that today? Beat it even?
Every day, yeah. You're only as good as your last circle pit. So. We played in Orcadu Tour last night, and the circle pit, we played in a tent and they wiped out one of the tent poles. And I was like, and I'm on stage like laughing and also a bit sort of like fucking hell, like what the fuck, and there's just like 6 people like propping up this tent pole. But
that is impressive.
You know, it's rock and roll.
So you did a Rock am Ring a couple of weeks ago, didn't you? Were you there when it had to get evacuated?
No, we were driving in.
You were driving in?
We were on our way to play Rockin' Park, and we had that news. So we just sat it out. We went and played Rockin' Park. It was a great show, and then we arrived at Rock am Ring on the Sunday, and they said it's going ahead. So
it must have been a little worrying, though, right?
I mean, everywhere is at the minute. You know, after the Bataclan, after Manchester, like every it seems like every gig has become a target for like maniacs now, and the problem is that like we're just not going to bow down to that. Like it's ultimately everywhere is dangerous. You know, after 9/11, every plane, every tower block was a target. Like
Even
this is
London
my
Bridge?
exactly. This is my life. This is my job. Like, you know, ultimately what they want is to destabilize that, and we're not going to allow that to happen, because this is our freedom, and we've worked our entire lives to get this. So.
Absolutely, I'm so with you there. Well, have a great show today. I hope your circle pit is excellent.
It will be. I hope you're in it. So
yeah, I was going to say I'll be in
there.
there. I'll just fall over. I'm just going to get hurt and dusty. I'll be standing there orchestrating it, like, right,
Okay,
you go over there,
perfect.
you spin around faster.
Please do.
All right, well, have fun.
Cool.
Thanks a lot for talking to us.
Thanks for having us.